with music and show us you understand it. I just had a 10-minute candida solo. I was like, oh. That was very hard for me. Where is beat? Where is the pulse? So, but after a year or so, I understood. So, a little bit.
This thing doesn't play if it's Linux, so it doesn't play the song if the drum machine is running. Can you play the song?
Not really, but do we have some? I don't think I have it in my iPod.
I think.
You do have it?
Yeah.
Okay. Hey, you have it.
It's a sucky transcend music player. But it's good because it has nothing but music. And you can
That's good.
music.
That's good. You want to plug it in?
Yeah, I can.
Yeah, rip it out. And plug it in. If you have device to plug in.
I'm trying to point out things that are already familiar so that you can really go back and look it up.
They are very confused before, and when you came here, everything is just empty.
I haven't worked on this, so don't ask me what the math is. I really don't know. This is simply playing it in one speed and playing it at twice the speed.
You've done that. You tried this. Half time, double time.
And there is half time, 1.25 time, 1.5 time, and then double time. That's what I played.
Oh. Get weird nightmare vibes from orchestrating this one.
That's so bloody awesome.
Turn it up. That's a long solo.
This is 6 per second. He's gone to 7.
Whoa.
He's gone to 7 now. 7 is really tension. For the player, it's 6 to 7 is like tension and that. The guitar bits indicate that. 5 comes very early. I'm sorry.
Sorry.
Was this some live recording?
No, it's just a mono amplifier. It's
No, but the thing that's playing, is it you playing?
it's me playing, of course.
Yeah,
Yes,
you are
yes.
playing.
But many guitars.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah,
if it's
so
we'll play it in a
it's-
proper stereo tomorrow.
That's 3 5s. It's a very small bit, but it's.
Hurt.
I don't know
I'm
if you
sorry,
see
I'm bad with these.
No. That's cool.
I think it's better to.
Probably. Yeah.
Was that from the first art metal album?
It's a song art metal.
Oh.
I think you maybe need to turn that one down now.
No?
Yeah. I'm with you.
Yes, and then. I mean, if you look at this thing that says art, page 5, let's do some art metal. It's good to start with these things because it's already there. The beauty of this pattern is that it's a chord. You can't call this a chord. I think it should be a T high because it's much smaller
Shorter,
than.
yeah.
But I call it a Tirmanam because it makes sense for me. So it has this part that's
Which page is it?
page 5.
Let's go.
Oh, okay. Thanks.
So Maniramba, the conclusion of that song is like is Tuntak dina tam dina tam dina tam that the point is that you're playing tadikitatum. The tadikitatum is always 5 matras. It's always 5 atoms. But when you can play it at 6 per second, you increase the speed by 1.5. It's not really 2. It's not double time. It's 1.5 times.
This is Bali Bedouins from last year. For those of you who are here. The same structure.
So this is how it goes. It's tonally it's like taddik kitatam goes like that's the beauty of this thing. The taddik kitatam goes like that.
Its tempo is going up and down.
He reverses it when he is playing 1.5 times. I mean, I think the pattern is messed up. It's not the same pattern that he plays when it's at speed 1, especially the 7.
It was actually very hard to write down in Western tonality. Remember the second last structure and the last structure, they look the same, but they feel different if you write it down in tonality, because it's really abstract sometimes. It's a matter of feel.
So the difference in speeds is simply take 2.5 for example. So you have 2.5 taka dimi taka tadikitatum and you have to go 1.5 times the speed, which means it becomes, instead of taka it would become takita. It has 5 threes now. So takita it's a matter of practice. You will have to say this a million times to actually get it right.
Million times?
Yes, at least.
I realized that I should sit down and do this. I used to be, I never used to say these things aloud. And I had the same doubts that you had when I was going to my teacher. He used to always, he used to shout at me that I have to sit down and say it out loud and practice with the hand and not with the instrument. So that was, I'm playing the instrument, let me play I thought that I should play the instrument. Why should I do it with my hand? I'm not going to do that at the, if I play, I'm not going to play with my hand, I'm going to play with my instrument. But I think you have to do both to get that parallel things going in your mind. 2 cycles parallelly in the mind it's very tough, but it has to.
And
then
done.
you, by intuition, you start getting the 5. You know how the 5 has to go. And then you, for example, 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4 taka dimi 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 taka dimi. That is something that you have to internalize. It's 5 taka dimis, which is nothing but taka takita taka takita taka takita taka takita. There is no difference between that and 5 taka dimis. But you're actually doing 4 5s instead of 5 4s.
Well, we have problem with understanding accents. We want everything to be okay, one, and so on. We have a
So
hard time
instead
phrasing
of
5
taka
and 4.
dimi, taka takita, taka takita, taka takita. The trick is this: is when you do taka takita, you know what one beat is going to stand for. It is going to stand for taka takita. So it's easy. Taka takita, taka takita. Now when you're saying taka dimi, try to figure out what one beat has to stand for. It has to stand for taka dimi ta. So taka dimi ta ka. That ka has to land on the second. So you do taka dimi ka, taka dimi ta, taka dimi ta, taka. It's tough to do that, but
What it is
taka dimi ta, ka dimi ta, taka.
if you were to write this down, it's quintuplets played 4
Yes, exactly.
chunks of 4. That's hard. So I think,
The transition from trying to land at the right points and then trying to get the things right is tough.
but it's cool.
Taka takita, taka takita, taka takita, taka takita, taka dimi, 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 taka dimi. So it's like taka dimi, 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 taka dimi. And saying taka takita in 4s is also difficult. When you're at 4 per beat, 4 matras per beat. Taka dimi, taka dimi, taka dimi, taka dimi, tadikitatum, 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 tadikitatum. That's when you start stressing. Tadikitatum, tadikitatum, tadikitatum.
Try this.
Sorry. Tadikitatum, tadikitatum, tadikitatum. It was the second stress. Tadikitatum, 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 tadikitatum. Tadikitatum was the third stress. Tadikitatum was tum is the first stress because I know it's the fifth. So it has to land on the second beat. Tadikitatum, 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 tadikitatum. That's the point.
We tried some of this as well and mixing up and yeah. And lots of it.
But is traditionally the music written down? I mean, how do you write it down? Or is
My teacher does not have a book.
Yeah.
That's what I told you.
Comes off his brain.
You have to
I mean,
write
I
it
have
down.
written it down so that I can really, because
Make a
I
book.
knew I was a sucker then, so I had to write it down.
That book of yours, please. I'll pay for the publication. It's just write it down because there's just nothing. Lots of
I can convert it to
You have to.
English, the Latin script, because I have written it all in Tamil script.
You have the book here or it's inside? It's a
inside.
It's very
Secure.
worn, yeah.
But this is like these things are from this your book, from
Some of them are from my book, some of them are like
Okay.
are just things taken off art material. So it's better to write it down than know it well and then destroy the book.
A good thing I
So
think
that
as
the
well
next generation will suck.
is to also use your mouth as you play and also keep time. I've been really talking about it a million times, but again, if you have guitar, it's hard to clap your hands, but to sing the whatever, so while keeping time, so you can then it's easier in a way, bow, when you have actual notes, So even if it's messy Western,
If you have a melody that has certain
yeah,
notes, then
but try to vocalize it as well, so you know what's going on and where it's landing on the beat, so it's not just like a fine motor skill structure thing, so you know where you are at the beat. So, bow, yes.
Well, I think it's also a good thing to learn a percussion instrument, because the moment you start playing a percussion instrument, you automatically see the patterns in percussion solos. That will help you create patterns in the other solos. But it's not an easy thing. I completely understand how difficult it is,
we got the bongo.
because I'm still going through it. There are a lot of missing patches that has to be picked up. And then if you just see this thing and the Maniramba thing and tell me if you understand the math. That 5/4, 5/6. 5/6 is just 5/6 of a beat of 5/6 aksharas. That's why I've written aksharas.
I can put this down in the Dropbox as well, together with the backing track, or just Selva Ganesh's
This I
Kanjira.
I don't get. I see exactly the same syllables. And behind the
Yes,
first
yes.
is 5 months is 5 4 aksharas, and the other one it's the same as it's 5 6 aksharas.
Yes,
What am I missing?
because you were doing it faster than before.
Oh, okay. Well, just right there.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah,
You thought it
it's.
was clear, yeah. But
Sorry, I haven't. I think I haven't written it, but maybe you can make a note now. Or. But whenever you see that it's the same count 5, but it's divided by a different factor, then you see the speed. I mean, I've written it down there saying. So an akshara is or a beat is divided into matras. That's how simple it is. But complications arise when you manipulate the dividing factor. That's what it says at the beginning. So it's the dividing factor that matters. If you're dividing by 4, you count 4 per beat or 5 per beat.
Always thinking very hard now.
so there is also somewhere some tempo or time signature involved, so you can how do you
So-
know?
There is
But
no
it's never
concept of time signature at all.
No, but in a way there is.
Yes, sure.
You know this. In a way, that's what you get. If the other ones are 1.5 times faster, then the total amount is 2/3.
And we write it down. It's 4
Yes,
or 8.
exactly. It's
just-
2/3. Yes.
Yeah. So
So what happens is if you look at the sixes, because the 6 is easier to divide, you have 6 by 4 on the next page. You have 3 5s and then 3 6s. Page 6. Page 6 you have at the top you have tadik kitatam. That's easier to understand. So you have 6 by 4, 6 by 4, 6 by 4, which will come to 4.5. You say it's tadik kitatam. It's 4.5. Tadik kitatam. That's 4.5. But when you do tadik kitatam.
you get the 4.5. It's also very strange because
4.5 beats.
yeah.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3.
We don't do this at all in the
three.
Western.
No,
It's- no.
Yes,
have
yes, yes.
completely
Yeah.
That's why
different
it's.
bases. But do you ever write? Is there kind of side music? You read this down. Can you transcribe this, or is it only in your head? And is this
My
just
brother
writing
can
on-
transcribe it, but I can't. I'll try to do a transcribed version of the same thing if that's helpful.
We have this written down in standard notation for you, with
Yeah,
only
but-
the kanjira. If you,
No, I was wondering if there is an Indian form of transcribing.
This is the Indian. This is the best Indian form.
So just write
should
down.
These
you
Indians,
should
they
show
are
your
really
book.
freaks. They don't write anything down. It's all. I mean, there are these sacred books called Vedas, which are mostly people learn it by voice. There is no manuscript called the Veda. That is the earliest manuscript will be 1,000 years old. This thing is like 3,000 years
Not
old.
necessarily manuscript, but also notation method. So you can see, this is with the tempo and a time signature. Then you know exactly. You can reproduce it by reading it and reciting it. So
that's what we're doing here, putting it down.
This is the-
black dots.
yeah. So that's,
Yeah, but
I
Indians
think
don't-
this is the best way that I know to put it down. There's
so
no.
how could you show a student what he has to do? Just write it down like this.
No, and recite it, and you say you do it
Okay.
actually. So
Play the.
that's how
the
my
song.
teacher. Yes, that's why I didn't get it
That's a
easily.
beauty.
So, but when I got it for sure.
That's
I-
the
I-
beauty, I think.
I mean, there's a lot of self-learn. He always told me that it's what you have to do. I can tell you what to do, and you have to do it. I mean, it's mostly like it's just self-learning. It's teaching yourself. But
I like
mean,
that
you
a
have,
lot.
Yes.
That it's not, okay, I'll buy this and the instructional video to go with it. The only thing you have so far, I think, is the gateway to rhythm, the McLaughlin and Selva Ganesh and so on. But that's also only scratching the surface a bit.
Yeah,
And-
but it's-
but then you have the Western tonality following as he's reciting. So, but the best thing again is to live with it, and walk around naked in Utrecht and clap your hands.
What
Get arrested for once.
What happened with me was I learned it, when I learned it from my teacher, I was really not aware of what I was learning. So I was not in that age also. I didn't have that maturity to actually go through it and learn it the easier way. So what I had to do was, when I got the maturity, I had to revisit it and learn it all by myself. And then I think the best way now is to start listening to actual full classical Indian music little by little, and then you you spot the patterns here and there.
Well, I can spot the patterns, but what you've been playing is it's very easily too quick. You know, if you look that, I can follow, I understand, I can feel it, I know, but if you whoa, what happened?
Are there like any Indian children's songs that we can do?
Yeah.
There you have it.
The thing. Oh, is this beginners? And what you played?
I'm afraid, yes.
Oh.
You have to
No,
get
I think the
down.
best thing is to
But it feels
play
like
the drums or
it's sort of
something.
like it's all non-reducible, sort of in a way. Once you get past a certain point, it seems like you just have to grasp the whole thing, or I don't know. It's sort of it seems like really hard to get the atoms right. That's what we're looking for. We're so used to that, and I'm confused too.
But
Definitely.
really, it's music, and it says, like it says in the booklet, you know, practice it on a daily basis. When you take a shit, just sit, you know, just but, you know, and then you can start putting accents. It
No,
doesn't
I
matter.
really do that. I mean,
Yeah.
that's true.
You know, it doesn't have
I
to
really,
be
yes.
absolutely correct, but you could just or whatever, sit like that for and play maybe do 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 takatimi takachuna takatimi takachuna takatimi takachuna takatimi takachuna takatimi takachuna just, you know, for a while. It doesn't matter. The fine Indian people, they don't give a crap if you say datik, you know, or jatik, you know, vratik, you know.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter.
For what little I understand of this, I got a lot out of it trying to think of it while running. When you've got some kind of steady beat
Exactly.
running,
do
and then
that.
you can and then you can superimpose.
That word for number of matras per beat is called nadai. Nadai means walk.
Oh, so that
I walk the dogs every night. I go trying to the mysterious Mrs. Toadie. It was completely written during walk, and it took me many walks before I understood what I was doing. So really, that's the beat.
It's easier to see these simpler patterns. For example, in Three Princes of Serendip.
Yeah, you know that. It's the same stuff.
These are very simple patterns.
You just did that. Big machine. It's the same rhythm. Exactly the same rhythm.
No, this is something I would have
This
to
is
sit
3.5
down
years.
with the sheet music and you know with draw on it and make arches, and this is 7, and then
You
and
do
then
it.
I'd start learning it by heart, and then 1 week later, now I completely get it, I see it. But if you don't have the sheet music, listen. Okay, this is it. Did you like it?
Yeah,